Hello, this is Tall Paul with PermacultureCentral.com, and I'm here with Joey and Raul. They've been working on this greywater system, and so this was the original bucket where the greywater would pour into, and they're putting in an overflow system. As this bucket overflows when the water enters, it will now flow into this new drainage and down on over into another bucket system, which will fill up, and eventually, if it overflows, it will continue on in that direction. Yes. How many more extensions do you think you'll put in?
Well, you can. There's one extension over here already by that fruit tree in that area. Then so we got these extensions. Really, it matters once this ground has become saturated here around this bucket. Like. Then the overflow is almost instantaneous, because what happens is it comes from her bathtub. So if she takes a bath, you just figure the quantity of water in that bathtub all draining at one time with pure saturation of the soil here. Instant fill up of that bucket, so all these buckets will fill up. And I think we could do, I think eventually we could probably do 2 more. Or another one off of that end, and another one off of that end, maybe more, because if there's only one person living in the apartment, if there was 2 people living in the apartment, that's like 2 more showers. So the potential extension is just kind of coming up with the quantities of water that drain.
And I think in your design you've made it easy to check to see how it's working, because don't you just put a lid over this and you can see?
Because we're not, we just get to do whatever we want out here. We just put it so that you can, that these lids are basically on the top, basically the soil surface. And you can put a rock on them and put mulch over them if you didn't want to see them, but I like to be able to check and see how it's all going, because we're learning more and more, and I didn't want to bury them too deep and not be able to access it and see how it's all working. And so all these will be able to access the top, see how it's going, see what's going on, see how much fills up.
And I think what you've learned is that originally you had the one, and it did such a good job of saturating the area that you decided it's time to extend it.
Yeah, and what they are too is it's a way to just go take your gray water and go subsurface instead of just pouring out on the top of the soil. And now you don't have to. There's not maintenance per se. You don't have to distribute the water. Like, so for instance, in our laundry machine area, we have goes into a big tub, into a big barrel, and then you kind of move a hose around to do that, so to water different areas, but so they don't become oversaturated. But in this system, you can just saturate that area, saturate that area, saturate that area, and then kind of put your plants in the vicinity of it, and then you just walk away for. I mean, we put this in so long ago, so many months ago, and now we're just coming back to it. We haven't done anything to it until today, and now we're extending these little things, and we've started doing this other places, because this is pretty simple. It's about as simple as you get with these greywater bucket things. Instead of having it be too of a branch drain system, it's a little more sophisticated. This one is just like, fill up that bucket. Whoops! Overflow into that tube, go to that bucket, and that bucket. So it's a bit simpler, because I'm not that smart. So.
Oh, that's not true.
So.
All right. Well, thanks for the update, and we'll check it out again later.
All right. Bye.
Thanks, Raul and Joey.
You're welcome.